Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to this page and to the explanation of Durusu lugatil Arabiyyah لغير ناطقين بها by Dr. Abdurrahim. In this lesson, we'll be talking about al-huruf. Al-huruf in Arabic grammar, there are three parts of speech. You know that in English, we have like 8 parts of speech, but in Arabic grammar, basically we have 3. So in the advanced class, we learn more, but for the purpose of this lesson, we'll be talking about the basic 3. So anwa'ul kalima, the 3 forms of word or the 3 parts of speech. Number 1, al-ismu. Al-ismu, noun. Noun, pronoun, adjectives are classified under al-ismu. The second one is al-fi'lu. Al-fi'l means verb. So we have not encountered or seen any verb since we started this class. So all of the things that we have been reading before can be classified under al-ismu. From lesson 1 to 3, those things that we have been reading can be classified under al-ismu. The subject and predicate are both what? Ismu. So we have not seen al-fi'lu, which is verb, but the third one is al-harf. Al-harf. Al-harfu is preposition. So under this, in this lesson, the Durusu lesson 4 is divided into alif and ba. For the alif, which is A, we'll be talking about fi and ala. Fi and ala. Fi means in, in. While ala means on, on. So to start with, if you look at the first word here, al-baytu, the house. So far that we know the meaning of fi, we should be able to say this: fil bayt, in the house. In the house. So if you notice something, before adding fi, al-baytu, the last letter, which is ta, ends with dhamma. But when fi is included, the ta has what? Kasra. The ta has what? Kasra. Which means that whenever fi or ala comes before a noun, it gives the last letter of that noun kasra. Whenever fi or ala comes before a noun, comes before al-ismu, it gives that ismu kasra. So if fi or ala doesn't come before the noun will retain its dhamma on the last letter. Okay, without fi we have al-baytu, with fi we have what? Fil bayti, in the house. Al-masjidu, without fi we have al-masjidu, the mosque. So with fi it turns to what? Fil masjidi, in the what? In the mosque. The next one is al-maktab, the desk or the table. Al-maktabi, on the what? On the desk. Al-maktabi. As-sarir means bed. Al-sariri, it means what? On the bed. On the bed. Now, one of the things that we still learn in this lesson is another istifham. another interrogation. You know that we have learned two interrogative words before, which are ma, what, and man, who. Another one is aina, where. Aina, where. We have learned what, which is what, ma, who, which is what, man. And now we are learning what, aina, where. So now, aina Muhammadun, where is Muhammad? Where is Muhammad? Huwa fil ghurfati. Huwa fil ghurfati. Huwa means he. Huwa means what? He. He is in al-ghurfatu means the bedroom or the room. So when fi comes before al-ghurfatu, it's turned to what? Ghurfati. Huwa fil ghurfati. He is in the room or in the bedroom. طيب. So the next one, wa aina yasir, and where is yasir? Wa fil hammam. Hammam means bedroom. Hammam means bedroom. Wa fil hammam is in the what? In the bedroom. The next one is wa aina amina. Wa aina amina, not amina. Wa aina amina. Where is amina? So here means she. Wa, he, here, she. Actually, these two are pronoun. So for the benefit of this class, we classify them under al-ismu. Now I made mention that we have three forms of ismu, but it is ad-domir. It is what? Ad-domir pronoun. So that's why I said in the advanced class, we'll be learning ad-domir. So here means she. Here fil matbakhi. She is in the what? Kitchen. Al-matbakhu means what? Kitchen. So this is example of al-matbakh. Al-matbakh, kitchen. The next one, ayn al-kitab. Where is the book? Where is the book? Where is the book? Huwa ala al-maktabi. It is on the desk. It is on the desk. It is on the desk. If you look at Al-Kitab, it is represented as Uwa. Uwa. Therefore, from this place, we discuss something called masculine noun and feminine noun. So to identify feminine noun, the noun must end with closed star. When a noun ends with closed star, it indicates that the noun is feminine. It indicates that the noun is feminine. So if you look at all female names, they end with what? Closed star. One, to identify feminine in Arabic, the name should be female names. One. Secondly, the name should end with closed star. Now there are some female names that doesn't end with what? Closed star. There are some female names that does not end with what? Closed star. Example, Shukro. It ends with Yawmad. It ends with what? Yawmad. And so on and so forth. So, why Asa'atu here is a feminine noun? Because it ends with closed star. So, Ayn al-Kitab. Al-Kitab here is what? Masculine noun. So, that's why it is represented with Uwa. And Asa'atu is represented with what? Iya. So, Ayn al-Kitab, where is the book? Uwa al-Maktabi, it is on the what? On the desk. Wa Ayn al-Sa'atu, and where is the clock? Where is the clock? Here, it. Here, it. Because Sa'atu is feminine. Here, al-Sarir, it's on the what? On the bed. So this tamarin is like answering a passage. Answering a what? A passage. We'll just go through it. Ajib ani asilat al-atiyah. Answer the following question. Ajib, give response. Reply, answer. So those are the three best meaning for ajib. So it's a command tense. Ajib, answer now. Ajib, respond to it now. Ajib anil as'ilati. An is also an example of harf. It's also an example of what? Harfu. So, and it's one of the harfu that gives non-kesra. So that's why the as'ila is what? As'ilati. Ajib anil as'ilati al-atiyah. Answer the following questions. Number one, Aina al-kitab. Aina al-kitab. Where is the book? Where is the book? This is the answer. Huwa ala al-maktabi. Huwa ala al-maktabi. Number two, Aina Muhammad. Huwa fil ghurfati. Huwa fil ghurfati. The third one, Aina sa'atu. Hiya ala sarir. Hiya ala sarir. That's the answer. Hiya ala sarir. Number four, Aina Yasir. Aina Yasir. The answer is Huwa fil hammam. Huwa fil hammam. Number five, Aina Amina. Aina Amina. Hiya fil matbaqi. Hiya fil matbaqi. The next one, Aminatu fil ghurfati. Is Amina in the bedroom? La, no. La, no. Hiya fil matbaqi. Good. Ayasir fil matbaqi? La. Huwa fil what? Fil hammam. Man fil ghurfa. Who is in the bedroom? Muhammad. Muhammad fil ghurfa. Waman fil hammam. Who is in the bedroom? Yasir fil hammam. Yasir is in the bedroom. Mada ala al-maktab. What is on the desk? What is on the desk? Al-kitab ala al-maktab. The last one, Mada ala sarir. What is on the bed? What is on the bed? As-sa'atu ala sarir. So, exercise number 2, we are to read and write Madhab Tilawaka Rimat with pronouncing the correct sign on the last letter. As we have mentioned earlier, Al-Madrasatu, it ends with Duma, Fil Madrasati. With what? The ta will end with Kesar, Fil Madrasati. So, exercise 1 that we do is this. This is the first assignment. The first assignment. Assignment number 1. Assignment number 1. Okay, let's go to the next one. Ikra work to read and write. Read and write. So, number 1, At-talibu fil jami'ah. The student. At-talibu fil jami'ah. The student is in the university. The student is in the university. Al-jami'ah to means what? University. Al-rajulu fil masjid. The man is in the what? In the mosque. Aina tajir. Where is the merchant? Huwa fi dukhan. Is in the what? In the shop. Al-qalam ala al-maktab. The pen is on the what? On the desk. Aina Zainab. Look at Zainab now. It doesn't end with cluster. But it's a name of what? It's a feminine noun because it bears female's name. So here, fil ghurfati. She is in the what? In the bedroom. Aina al-waraq. Where is the leaf? Where is the leaf? Huwa ala al-maktab. It's on the desk. On the desk. Okay. Aina al-mudarris. Where is the teacher? Huwa fil fasl. It's in the class. Aina Yasir. Where is Yasir? Huwa fil marhad. Is in the toilet. Marhad means what? Toilet. Faslu means what? Class. Those are new words here. Faslu means class. So marhad means what? Toilet. The next one, Ash-shamsu wal-qamaru fi sama. The sun and the moon are in the what? In the sky. the sun and the moon are in the sky. Man fil fasl. Who is in the what? In the class. Who is in the class? Okay, in this, the conclusion of the lesson, we're talking about noun, names of human, personal noun. So these are names of, these are male's name, while these are female's name. Okay, in male's name, it ends with domatan. Male's name always ends with what? Domatan. Muhammadun, Khalidun, Hamidun, Yasirun, Ammarun, Sa'idun, Aliyun, Abbasun. Those indicate that they are what? They are male's name and their personal noun. Why here? Aminatu, Zainabu, Fatimatu, Maryam, Aishatu, Khadijatu, Sofiyatu, Ruqayyatu. The end word. Except Zainab and Maryam, others end with what? Single vowel, with single doma. So female's name doesn't end with what? With tenwin, as I have seen here. So we should take note of this. That male's name, which are personal noun, ends with what? Domatan. While female's name doesn't end with what? Domatan. So for the last 1 year, you have to read and write with pronouncing the correct signs of the last letter. اقرأ واكتب مع الضبط أواخر الكلمات. حامد، زينب، آمنة، عمار، سعيد، فاطمة، مريم، علي، خالد، عباس، عائشة، محمد، صفية، خديجة. So if you look at all those names, you should be able to differentiate between masculine noun and feminine noun. So in the next class, we'll continue with another preposition, which are min and ila. Min and ila. Min means from, while ila means to. It becomes mina because of something that we'll be explaining in the next class, inshallah. So let's try to do the only assignment we have in this lesson, which is exercise number 2. So if you can still do exercise number 1 to answer the passage, it's better. Barakallahu fikum. Assalamu alaikum.